Alright, hold deployment. Lane Amethyst deploy. And bait. Everyone else, wait. Just wait. Let Jinzo and Dell do a little bit of scouting and baiting. If they see too many of us, loadouts might not want to commit.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Mm.
so we'll just wait for a bit, Brisantia. How are you doing, Brisantia? Oh god, everyone's deploying already. Okay, just deploy. We've got quite a substantial amount of players in. It's a calm and peaceful day today. So far, that is.
Finally, I have one like mistake on my configuration, and I can like listen anybody, but I can hear you now, Pochi. How you doing, GT?
Oh, you mean you couldn't hear me before?
Nope, until now.
Oh, okay. So I was talking to myself. I was asking, how are you doing?
Fine. Missing you and missing the guys. The last battle, like a friend have like a hard time and miss him dead, but now I'm here.
Well, it's good to hear you, man.
Yeah.
It's good to
In
have
fact,
you.
you're not
But
talking to yourself. You have like one, two, three, four, five, six person plus you in the voice channel.
yeah, I guess everyone just wants to listen to someone give commands.
It's
No one
very
wants.
com it's
No one
very
wants to
common
talk.
on internet and this kind of stuff. I don't know, maybe the people were like too shy, or I don't know.
Yep, could be. Could
I'm
be.
just like hogging the domain, but
Which domain?
the town center or whatever.
Oh, yeah, because there's no enemies today. It's um, it's a very calm and easy
So
day today.
it's like no one declare on us.
No, IceHornetTH did, and Lodos canceled our attack because we attacked Loyang. We're supposed to do a concerted attack into Loyang with White Crane and Blue Dragon, but I
Hmm.
think they consider us the biggest threat, so they canceled our attack by attacking us in Xichang. But it seems like no
Oh,
one's showing up, so they're probably doing a full defense in Luoyang instead.
a little bit
Seems like.
messy. Like I don't know how like our alliances see us.
Actually, our alliances, everyone's good with us, but the problem is there's not enough coordination.
Hmm.
And when we do manage to pull off a successful joint attack like this, our allies can't muster up a full complement for attack or defense. They've got 8 players on average. Like even today, White Crane's only able to field 3 to 5 players. So three to
Hmm.
five players isn't a lot of players, especially when you're doing an attack into a city like Loyang, where there's going to
Yeah.
be a lot of defenders. So unfortunately, it doesn't work to our favor. It doesn't work to our favor in the grand scheme of things, because there's only so much strategizing that we can do.
Hmm.
I was hoping we'd be able to field about 15 players today for defense, but even so, it's about 11. But it's still better than our allies, though. Our allies are able to come up with about 8 players on average. That's about it, even
Yeah.
for defense. Okay, to all of you in voice chat, I'm going to be in the center of town. If anybody wants healing, I'll be in the center. I'm not going to be moving. I'm very lazy right now.
I know it's like slow but steady, and I'm level 50.
You're already level 5, right?
Not in alliance battle. In like my
Oh,
rank.
in the main game. In the main game,
Yeah.
right? Good job. Yeah, take your time, just enjoy the game.
Yeah, but
You'll hit
Paulai have
because
like
you'll hit
4 times on his new account, and now it's like almost like me. There is like we say here in Latin America, there's always an Asian guy that is going to do better than you.
level Asian, right?
Yeah, it's like
Or
full commitment.
yeah, correct. There's a lot of these memes, right? That shows these progression of pictures. Like someone's doing well, someone is
Hmm.
doing really good, someone's doing it fantastically well, and then there's the level Asian.
Yeah, for sure. Mm. Um, I'm going to the center for some gas.
Okay, we'll fill you up for some gas. Yeah, that's a good
Yeah,
analogy. That's so boring.
I'm on your right.
Yep, my heal's on cooldown.
Hmm.
Welcome to the House of Waste gas station.
So, what's the trick with the siege weapons? Like Dilk say, don't use siege weapon. Try to level up to 5 and then use it. It's like the siege weapon have like increased attack when you are like level 5 instead of any other.
No. What he means is basically the siege weapons. You don't need siege weapons in instances where there's no enemies. It's just a way to build as many contribution points because when you attack buildings, you deal less damage, but it also contributes to the same amount of contribution points as you would as if you build a siege weapon, you'd be reducing the durability of these buildings faster, which means you get less contribution points in the long run.
Oh, I understand.
Yeah,
All right.
and the more points you gain in any of these battles, the more rewards you get by the end of it as well,
Mhm.
as in individual rewards. So you don't want to exhaust the only means of getting contribution points so quickly here,
Mhm.
which is the buildings.
So it looks
Percent,
like
yeah.
in the last alliance battle we were like almost able to take another city for a bigger alliance, right?
Yes, we had 8 players, but the enemies had 13 players, and it was essentially a siege battle for us. So we are massively disadvantaged.
Mhm.
But somehow we managed to take the city for a bit. But we did not think we would be able to take the city. In all honesty, if
Mm.
we did, we would have timed it better. We would have timed the time we took the castle a little bit closer to the end of the timer, but we didn't actually think we'd be able to take the castle.
Mm.
That was the surprising part for I think everybody, to be honest. So all things considered, we did pretty damn well. But it was unfair. We started in the southwest side of the map, which means we had to traverse through the waters. That's movement penalty right there. And the enemies, who basically outnumbered us, started on the land, and they just needed to make a beeline to the town center, and that's why they took it a lot earlier than which is unfair, to be honest. We were
Mhm.
disadvantaged in every facet in that game, which sucked big time.
Mm.
Yeah.
And then finally, when I didn't mess up, like chasing a unit, and now I finally get elephants. We don't have enemies.
Well,
Two two
we
alliance
wish
battle in
we
a
had
row,
something like
like missing the unit.
yeah. Yeah, you seem to show up for alliance battles with not much action, huh?
Well, the one alliance battle before the last one, we have
Uh,
like an amazing time like defending. We almost lost like the city in the last minute,
oh yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
I end like in like second or no third second place in contribution
Nice. Oh,
playing Chokuno.
that. Yeah, that's the one where our city was at about 7,000 HP left, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah, we
the
almost
the
lost the
battle
city.
before the last one. Yeah.
Where is it? All chat, right? Hayden sent someone we are getting bored. That's what Dell said.
Yeah. Classic Dalk.
Classic Dell.
So maybe we can go up. There's another building right there.
No, I think it's just the eastern quarters, which is the green one, and the southern one, which is the red one. But I don't want to
Hmm.
hit buildings. It's really boring.
Oh, but all right.
Elephants.
Yep. It will be amazing if sometimes like the developers take out a unit, a riding elephant unit for the main game.
Yeah, it'd be nice, right?
Yep. By the way, now maybe we can get a good use to our time and discuss my plan. Like maybe 1 week after I enter this alliance, I propose a inner PvP tournament. What do you think about that?
We did give it some thought even before you join, but it has to be incentivized. Basically, you don't want to create some sort of inner tourney with nothing to take away from, right? Like
I
someone
can,
who wins
I don't know.
has to get some sort of rewards.
I can throw in. I don't know. Maybe $10 on PayPal or something like that. Maybe we can make some kind of
What?
savement.
What? You mean real money?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we
Real
have to
money?
find.
Nah.
Maybe we want to. I don't know. Maybe there's another way, but I think maybe if we can do that, and other alliances are going to do that, and maybe there could be like a bigger PvP tournament, like I don't know, maybe a 50 or 100 people tournament or something like that. This game, the only thing that this game needs is some like announcement and stuff like that. So I like,
It does.
yeah.
It could do with some special events. Yes, I mean I've played various other mobile games. They do come up with certain events where players can or cooperate with other players.
Mm,
But the thing about this game is that just about every mode out there is already streamlined to be running the way it is without some sort of special caveat. Like even in PvP, it's a weekly thing.
mm,
It cycles. So that's more like an in-game developer kind of thing. It's nothing to do with us already. As far as alliances go, there's nothing we can do to promote more participation, to put, as I would put it, more carrots on the stick. I
yeah.
don't know how because even the dispensation of rewards is capped. Everything is capped. Uh, if I had the option to break that cap limit for let's say a top player or
Mm,
top annihilation player, man, I would do that, no doubt about that. But everything is basically a player-to-player cap based on the level of alliances, which means
yeah.
there is no way for me to incentivize any sort of an inner tourney, as you would put it. I actually thought about that, And the only way for me to incentivize things like an inner tourney is perhaps maybe giving positions out. Like maybe you'll be a minister or a general for this month, or in 2 weeks. For 2 weeks, you'd be a minister or general.
But for example, that could be that could
I mean, that'd be great,
re-
but I have longtime members who I want to keep as my ministers and generals in the game because they've really helped me out since I created the alliance. So I don't really want to touch that. I was thinking like if I could give goal from my account to other players, let's say to incentivize things like the inner tourney, I would do that. But there's no way for me to do that as well. So I mean, it's very limited. The game reward system is super limiting, which is why it's difficult to organize what you just kind of suggest. Maybe you can suggest what do you think I should put out there for rewards. I mean, no real money because real money is a very sticky business.
yeah, I know. I know it's
Yeah,
just like one thing that crossed to my mind, like just trying to figure it out what we can do. But
yeah,
I was thinking about it. What is like the storage from the alliance stuff? How do that works? There's
yeah.
like a
So
lot of
like
stuff
this,
right there.
so like I mentioned, every player in the alliance has what has their set allocation. Like
Hmm.
it depends on your vitality level, like the amount of vitality you contributed to the alliance. So usually there's a cap. Like players like Luna, players like Cmu, these long-time players, they're entitled to maybe I think 8 million silver. So I can only dispense 8 million silver, and I cannot dispense anymore for until the end of the week.
Mm.
So there's nothing I can do about that. And right now the system works in such a way that I'm rewarding players who put in time and contribute to the alliance in terms of vitality, which means simply being active. If uh, by that sense, after I reward these players, and most of the time it's already maximum rewards, if I were to create a tourney and then there's a winner that comes out of tourney and I want to reward them some more, let's say from the alliance coffers, there's no way for me to do that because it's already capped. The rewards given for that week has capped out already. Effectively nullifies that so-called carrot on a stick
Mm.
concept. You get what I mean?
Hmm. I think
Yes. Yeah.
there's
Unless
like.
I complete
Mhm.
unless I cap, create a soft cap myself, not an in-game mechanics cap. Like I cap you guys, I'm gonna cap your rewards per week to 3 million silver, even though your original allocation is 8 million. I'll just cap it at 3 million, and then
Mhm.
we'll have this tournament, and the winner that comes out on top will get the maximum rewards. But that's not incentivizing at all. That's just penalizing my players
Yeah, 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 for
for
sure, for
yeah
sure.
for the sake of having an inner tourney. That's
Hmm. Hmm.
that's not a good way to incentivize.
But for
Maybe
example,
you can think about it. Uh-huh.
I was thinking about that. We have like two or three players that can record videos,
Uh-huh.
and one of the biggest things that I noticed when I like arrived to this game is that there's not like too much online content about it. So one of the first things I do when I like going to start with this game is like searching on YouTube something like the Legend of Cao Cao, the Nexon Tactics game PvP. Um, I don't know, something like that, and I just find like maybe two or three videos. Mm, not really good comment about it. Mm, not too much explanation. Maybe just one channel. So
Well,
if I can like show PvP tournament and matches with some kind of commentary in an inner tournament, even without prizes, to people, maybe there are people is going to say like, "Oh, look, this kind of tactics game when I can play like PvP with like more like 200 or 300 units that I can choose for, and I don't know, even if there's like no prizes, it's like interesting trying like to compete in this kind of stuff. Even if it's like not like rewards, for example. I don't know. Maybe
uh,
we don't need like some kind of requirements or stuff like that because, for example, I play Ragnarok online for maybe 8 years or maybe 10, And most of the time we play War of Imperium, and it's like just expending all the time. We like don't get any rewards for playing it unless the fun of playing it, you know. For example, all the treasure in the castles and stuff like that. Only the GM, like the game master or the owner of the guild, was able to open it. And most of the time, we know that what he do with that, like maybe he tried to assemble some kind of godlike items that some of our players use in the next War of Imperiums and stuff like that. But I don't know. Most of the time, it's just for the fun. So we can make
It's
we can make an inner tournament without like any prizes, just for the fun of doing that.
well, I get your point, but you see things like Ragnarok Online and
Mm,
this War of the Imperium, which is a Guild Wars thing.
mm.
Most of the players participate not simply because it's just fun in itself. It's because there is a reward when you win. If I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but if you win a castle, um, you'd have access to a lot of rare items that help increase your gear's
We are
level
getting
to.
attacked.
Are we?
We can
Where's?
discuss this later.
Oh, it's just Ice Hornet. Okay. Yeah, we're stick to the center of the castle. And these guys are asking. These guys are suicidal, huh?
I don't know. It's better than hitting walls.
It sure is.
Maybe this work if we weren't like here, but we are like 14 people on our
Yeah.
town center. So
Damn, 14 players, huh? That's
yeah,
impressive, man.
15 players is like the cap.
Yeah.
Oh, so close.
That's this is seriously impressive. We almost have a full turnout. Yeah, suddenly we're attacked, but it's just Ice Hornet, and we're all level, and we're
You
all
missed
level
the
five
only 30
units.
seconds of fun.
Yeah, 30 seconds of fun. They got wiped completely after they came in. No chance at all. So yeah, Brisantia, like I was saying, War of Imperium, you keep the castle, you get
Yeah,
rare items to upgrade your gear, right?
yeah, but that items you can use to forge like godlike items that
Forge,
you
right?
can use, and you and stuff
Exactly.
like that. You know how many times I can use like that godlike items on myself on a War of Imperium? Maybe like one or two times in 8 years,
One or two times in
because
8 years.
they give it to like, I don't know, other players that are like mm,
But it's still the glamour, you see. There's a glamour being a part of the guild that manages to take castles in the War of Imperium, if that's what I recall correctly. In this game, however, it's so niche. It is so niche, and basically the War of Imperium, that guild castle taking thingy, is basically our alliance battle. And
yeah, but
honestly, uh there's not enough political play or strategic play. A lot of the mechanics are skewed to favor just the guys with more numbers, more players, more dummies, higher
that's
vitality.
that's the
So
point. If we can like show videos of PvP inner tournaments, even without rewards, on the official Discord, you know how many players are going to ask for a place in this alliance? I don't know, maybe not 20 or something like that, but I don't know. Maybe it's like a way of advertise ourselves that we are a more fun alliance than any other. We have inner PvP tournaments on a weekly basis, for example.
Right. I get your point. We could do that to draw other players to join our alliance. Makes it interesting, right?